Where exactly are their hits? They cannot dink them. They cannot penetrate their skulls. They cannot dome them at all because the movement is making it so hard for them to track.
Yeah, it definitely was very difficult for them to actually land much, but Krypton has been able to connect with those grenades. We get an instant replay of what went down around the towers, where Team Secret, they go toe-to-toe up against these other players of FaZe Clan, and they've been able to convert those numbers. Meanwhile, back towards Alter Ego, Snake now hustling up against those members of Boom Esports that's been trying to seek refuge from that corner of the hill, but they could not even find much of those grounds. So now it's down to Yummy as well as Octa. They've got to cut their losses as Pondit has been knocked previously. So Alter Ego, they close right in, sending 2 members right down on the hillside. Alter Ego just knew how to really choke them out in this very far corner of the map.
Honestly, I'm quite surprised that Rosemary survived for as long as he did here. But the rest of the team still in trouble. Boom Esports, they brought Octa back, knocked out again for the second time. Not able to just stabilize, find a footing at all. Still in very dangerous waters. As for Team Secret, they have Loki in the corner here. Doki alone and Ganyang close by as well. If he didn't die that day, he would be another example of a roadkill. RQ has been very proactive with that today. They're just really dishing it out. And RQ, you could tell they weren't really happy with how they ended that last map. They want to try and play catch up against Alter Ego, another team they've been hiding in the wings, in their shadow for many seasons already.
With 7 teams remaining, you can see majority of these teams consist of all the Indonesians who have been able to really hunker down to that spot around that shelter ground. And RRQ, they were just overwhelming teams coming from the high ground terrain without needing to really put their bodies on the line. And they just made great decisions right across the field in order to secure those 4 pointers. And now, with a little bit more wiggle room to play out, Alter Ego needs to make that decision. Do they go in to push upwards against that member of BTR that they have yet to settle up with? And now that they don't really have the zone as well, this is the best time, if ever. And now they close right in to just clear them all out. BTR this time, a little better than Rondo. 7th place position is not the worst, but not the best either.
Man, you really gotta give it to Alter Ego, man. They're so good at map control and zoning. We started off this 3-way, 4-way Indonesian derby with Alter Ego, the one on the back foot. They were not even close to that circle area, but they were taking these fights methodically. They have a way of approaching these fights one by one. They take it in stride, but still keeping attention to the teams that are further away as well. Sem9 this time around want to challenge RRQ, and they are keeping them at bay. Nade's roll forward here. Yuhai moving back, but he walks straight into that nade. He gets knocked down. Fearon stuck alone. Needs to bring his teammate back alive, but Yuhai cannot move. Do not cross at all. RQ definitely knows that Fearon is close by as well. So all they can do right now is just keep pressuring, but they cannot afford to stay for quite so long because another team is pressuring them in exchange. It's going to be Void, who's also keeps an eye out on Fearon as well. Void, Alter Ego crossing by as well. In trouble. Alter Ego just completely swarming from every single corner. Stole away a kill. Krypton falls. Snip trades. Moana drops down Ganyang as well. And the rest of the team, both teams now in trouble. Alter Ego crippled, 1 player knocked down. Shouldn't be too much of a problem to bring one teammate back into the game as well, as Irina hears everything in the wings and puts in
their own demise by doing so. Alter Ego right from the back, and they were not ready to really pick them on. And just like that, Alter Ego Aries take charge of this fight, and now once again secures a top 3 finish. Point Donkey, we talked about them needing to find their winning ways. They now have a solid chance as they will dwindle down the numbers of Alter Ego Aries. Only 1 left right now. And we're looking at a 3v1 with ample space for them to work with. Mormon, Joker, segregated across the field. Rosemary needs to be the hero of the moment for Alter Ego to get a back-to-back win. Point Donkey now trading back for the side of Mormon as those smokes have been provided from his teammates to hold on for now. Point Donkey gets those quick restock, and they got themselves that compound to work with. They're definitely relieved in this situation where they have a vast space for them to really take control, and Irina they don't really have to really fully commit to this fight, but they're trying to see if they can find and pick off up against Rosemary.
Arena, so much control of the southern side here. They have a compound to work with as well, some terrains. And Alter Ego, just in the wings, one player left is just Rosemary. Forced to be a little bit more quiet here as Voin pressuring on the members of E-Arena. One member knocked down while he's barely breathing. Shouldn't be a problem to get that reset in. But I'm quite surprised at Rosemary's approach here. I would have thought, okay, you're all alone. You don't really have space in that zone. Be a bit more quiet. But no, he's still rallying. This guy has no fear.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised myself as well because he is kind of pitted up against a stack of tree on each side, but he's really causing a lot of pain towards those members of the arena. And now with a lot of attention being drawn to him, he still finds it up against Sakura into the smoke, and he confirms it up against Mormon as well. This mad lad, he's absolutely insane, and he's about to just rip out E-Arena apart.
That is crazy. He's saying, okay, I may be the last man standing here. I may not get a chicken dinner, but, you know, cut all losses. Just try my best. Still stealing away another point in the pocket, making E-Arena bleed on top of that as well. And now the blue zone shifts, and he's on that buggy. He's all the way rushing into a corner here. He has to be careful because he's going to be sandwiched between Voin as well as E-Arena here. Managing to stay away here, uses the side of the vehicles, and as everyone tunnels toward him, you can start to see it. Boy Donkey, as well as the other teams, start to rally back, and he is trying to play this battle of alliances. One team gets distracted, he strikes in. He tries to be the distraction. Teams tunnel on him. He lets the other team put in that damage. He's hoping for situations he's able to just go against a 1v2 or a 1v1 because each team can dwindle down the numbers. But Void Donkey has not allowed that to happen because of the advantages they have. The compound, the cover, the high ground. For E-Arena and Alter Ego, it's almost basically end game for Melodies at this point.
Yeah, and his game IQ is really second to none. When he moves into that direction of that broken tank, he's been able to also regain a lot of all these resources to really buy a lot more. That foot exposed for Joker. He's absolutely in trouble. Razak, he's just gonna lock his crosshair. He got some damage done. And it's just about matter of moments. Joker, he's losing control of that zone because the blue zone's also chipping right in the matter of seconds.
Oh man, you can tell that Rosemary really wants that kill. It's putting in so much pressure to a Joker, and he's stuck sandwiched between two different teams. Well, it's just Rosemary against Voin at this point. It's just a matter of who can get that second place, right, for those extra points, and both players just want to really outlive each other. As Voin Donkey, they've made a nice little wormhole to cross forward here. Razak alone, that nade could be huge if he just manages to chip down Joker. There's a big possibility that, that's a bit too huge, but that, Rosemary can just dip his hand into the cookie jar, steal away that kill as well. And now, here comes the silence for Rosemary, just hoping for Void Donkey to do the dirty work for him.
Yeah, he's just really got to buy time because now it's Joker who's getting focused on. Razak overcooked the first nade, looking for a second, and he's got the rest of these other members to really wrap it all around. So it's just a matter of moments for Void Donkey to celebrate the win, unless if there's just going to be a tag team between Rosemary as well as Joker to take on the members of Void Donkey.
Oh.
Last stand coming for Joker, not quite enough. Razak secures it with the grenade, and now it's down to formalities. But can Rosemary clutch a 1v3? It's still possible, but I want to see how this plays out.
He can't get these isolated fights, but I think Void Donkey does not want to give it to him. The best approach, just wait for the smokes to dissipate and just push forward. Maybe swing as a 3, perhaps. There's a lot of respect given to him. Oh, he saw that micropixel angle. It's perfectly done. Now it's a 2v1. We have Zeta and Voxy very, very far apart. Rosemary can easily isolate these fights by using the tree line as well. He's hoping that someone will peek through. He's managed to juke every single utility thrown at him. It slowly makes his way forward. If they don't see him prone forward, it could mean double trouble for him. A lot of that damage as well. Zeta probably knows that the damage has been done. Throws another nade, and that is enough. Zeta done his job. And a lot of respect given to not isolating this fight, not allowing him to have these 1v1s. And Void Donkey secure a winner with a chicken dinner on map 2.
That could have been a very hairy moment for Boing Donkey, but they've been able to regain that control and sticks in their first chicken dinner here in this fall season of the PMSL. Wonderfully displayed on how well their team, I talked about Razak as well as another member of